outside.
So good afternoon. So today we can discuss about third part, that is frequency response. So in your class frequency response is covered now.
Just started.
Okay. That compensator it is covered.
Yes,
Today,
sir.
today we were studying.
So, so today we are going to discuss about how to do nonlinear frequency response. So for a linear system, the frequency response meaning is you are applying a sinusoidal input to a system and you are measuring the output. So if a sine wave is given to a LTI system, out also will be sine wave, and there is that gain and this phase shift will be there. So the change in the gain, if you are giving a sine omega t, you will get output as m into a into sine omega t plus phi. So there is a change in the amplitude and a change in the phase. These two things for a LTI system, you are plotting according to the frequency. That frequency changing from very low value to a very high value, and it is doing, and you will get Bode response. So Bode response got two parts. One is magnitude, other one is phase. Magnitude and phase plot you will get. So if you are doing it MATLAB will generate a sinusoidal wave that is starting from very low value to very high value. So the amplitude it will take it as low value. Suppose say it is 1. So it is continued for entire system. It will be 1. So it will plot for amplitude of 1 and what will be you are getting output. So that calculation is simpler. This m they are calculating and this phi their phase shift they are calculating. And you will get sine wave as output for a LTA system. So for a LTA system, if you are using Bode of that command for linearizing toolboxes, you will get Bode response, that is a sinusoidal wave. That amplitude will be low. We cannot predict which amplitude they are doing. You can edit those things in MATLAB. Then you can see what magnitude they are giving. So nonlinear systems, for nonlinear systems, if you are giving a low value of sine wave system, so if it is having a saturation, so if it is suppose it is a 1 volt, sometimes you will get this 1 volt output as it is. The gain, if it is 1, if it is gain is 2 means it will amplify to 2, but you will get a sine wave. If it is 10 volt is saturation value, if you are changing this amplitude more than 10 volt, it got clipped. So you will not get perfect sine wave, and the phase shift also will not be there. You will not get the peak values. So it will take it as a peak, and your response, Bode response will be something else. So what you do for a nonlinear system body. So that is called nonlinear system frequency response. In that, we will analyze the system with whatever magnitude and whatever frequency you are using. So suppose this system having 5 Hz as bandwidth. For the EGC system, the bandwidth is 5 Hz. So you have to choose a frequency 1 decade below in this range. That is 0.1 to, this is coming 1 to 10 range. That 5 Hz is coming in 1 to 10 range. So you have to choose minimum 1 decade below and 1 decade above. So 10 greater than 10, that is 100 Hz. So you have to simulate this for 0.1 to 100 Hz frequency. 1 decade below and 1 decade above. So the frequency is set. So you have to generate a frequency. So how to take the body response means you will apply one frequency and this magnitude. Magnitude means suppose 100% command amplitude means 4 into 398 into pi by 180 will be this magnitude for 100%. For 50%, this divided by 2, like that you have to do. So amplitude you will supply, the frequency also you will supply. Frequency 0.1 to 100 Hz you have to give. So 0.1 Hz you will give and take the response. 0.2, like that doing it is difficult. So you will generate a sinusoidal sweep. Sinusoidal sweep input. That input contains 0.1 Hz, 0.2 Hz, like that up to 100 Hz. So this frequency you are varying. Whatever the body is doing, that thing you have to manually generate it and giving it as a vector. So you are giving 0.1, 0.2 like this up to 100 and you will generate a sine wave. The amplitude you can change. The system is working with maximum command amplitude will be this much. So you can give maximum command amplitude this, and according to 0 to this value you can change it. But for experiment purpose you will take only 100%, 50, 10 and 5%. These 4 or 5 values only you will take it. Of this one you will give us an amplitude and frequency. Every time you are changing 0.1 to 100 Hz. So you will get whatever the response you are getting as in body. So you will generate a sine wave like this 0.1, 0.2. Then this frequency is increasing up to 100 Hz. And you will supply this to your system and take the response. From the response, you will plot the body. Body is actually magnitude of body and phase of body. So we will generate another program for this purpose. So this thing is doing for nonlinear system frequency response. You have to generate a sinusoidal wave according to your bandwidth. So this system having a bandwidth of 5 Hz. So we will choose minimum frequency 1 decade below and maximum frequency 1 decade above. And you will generate a sine wave according to the system maximum amplitude. So suppose you are having a system with some 50 volt, it can be up. So you will generate a sine wave, maximum amplitude is 50 Hz. So if you want to check all the things, 1% to this one, you will change the amplitude accordingly. And you will generate the frequency like this and supply to the system and take the response, then plot the magnitude and phase plot. These things are doing for nonlinear system frequency response. For that purpose, we are generating a sinusoidal sweep command, and this is for sweep generating command, that is sinusoidal input generating command is this one. Here also you are using this clear CLC close and clear all. These things are and the sampling, this TS is sampling time, and we are choosing as earlier 0.001 as sampling, and TCO1 is 0 and I is a variable creating 1, and you are generating a frequency from 0.1 hertz to 100 hertz. In that case, 0.1 to 1, you will using a step of 0.1. That is, you are generating a frequency 0.1, 0.3 up to 0.9. That is this frequency. From 1 to 10, the step size is 1 hertz only. So 1, 2, 3 up to 10 you are generating. That is the second frequency. And from 10 to 100, you are generating with a step of 5 hertz. So 10, 15, 20 up to 100. So you are generating a frequency from 0.1 to 1 with a step of 0.1, from 1 to 10 with a step of 1 hertz, and 10 to 100 with a step of 5 hertz. So these three are the frequency we are generating. So the total frequency is all the elements. And A is the amplitude. In your paper, it might be written as 10. The A value you have to choose this one only. 4 into 398 into pi by 180. In your paper, it is written as 10 only. If you are using 10, that time this Kp is in feedback path. If you are using that 10 means this Kp is coming in this feedback path only. This quantity multiplied by Kp will be 10 only. So Kp now in forward path. So you have to use maximum command amplitude, this value only. So amplitude A is equal to 4 into, you have to change this thing, 4 into 398 into pi by 180, you have to do it, not the 10 value. And the T first is this T CO5 and T last you are taking first, initially it is taken as 0. And we are changing 1 to length of frequency. Length of frequency you are taking, and TP, total time. TP is equal to 1 by F, that T is equal to 1 by F only. And this sampling frequency is 0.001. So TP divided by sampling frequency, number of steps you will get. And less than 1 means you will take 1, NCO5 is equal to 1 only. That is, if it is in this range. If it is in this range, you will take only one sample of frequency. Only one sine wave only you will take it. If the frequency is less than 1, you will take one sinusoidal sample. That is 0.1 frequency, you will generate only one sine wave. If the frequency is less than 10, you will take 3 samples. This is, suppose it is 1 hertz, you will take the 3 sinusoidal samples of 1 hertz. The frequency, if it less than 1 means it will take 1 sample only. For 1 hertz, you will take 3 samples. If it is greater than 10, you will take 5 samples. That is, if the 10 to 100 hertz, 10 to 100 hertz, you will take 5 samples. That is, if the 10 hertz is there, you will take 5 samples. That is for this one. You will take 5 samples for 10 to 100 hertz, 3 samples for 1 to 10, and only 1 sample for the frequency less than 1. This is because if suppose you are taking the step response and other things, that if you are having a frequency is high, it will take some time to settle for a nonlinear system. So the frequency is less means it will settle earlier. If the frequency is more, maybe take one sample to settle. That is why you are choosing this one, and the number of sample is 1, 3, and 5. That is because of it has to settle. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you got the samples how it is selecting.
Yes, sir. So, but one doubt.
Yeah.
So, what is the use of the line like first two lines in the for loop TP equal to 1 by frequency of J and J equal to TP by TS?
Yeah. This is coming the here only. You have to select the A sine omega t, A into sine 2 pi ft.
Okay, sir.
Those things you have to take for each and every step. The frequency you have to generate now. For that purpose only, that number of samples and other things are taking for this purpose only. You have to change this one, and the integration cycle, the frequency and the time and all other things you have to take it. So you are generating the sinusoidal frequencies like this. So this IST is I, and you are changing the I from NCJ multiplied by NJ plus I. I earlier it was 1. So you are taking TST is equal to I into that sampling time. I into TSC is the sampling time, this one. And Fj is the frequency of J. This frequency of J only this one. And you are just doing this sinusoidal response. So if the sine wave, suppose this is a sine wave. So sine wave, you can represent that as A sine 2 pi ft. So this is in digital domain. That is why TCI minus T last. This each and every sine wave you are taking it as A sine 2 pi ft. So and the TC also you are modifying. So the RCI and TCI you are taking it as a each and every vector. So it will happen, and T last is equal to TC of I last I, and I is modifying to earlier I, and your RC capital R is equal to all 1 to all element of I, TC all element of I, and T of this one is R and this is T. And if you are plotting T comma R, you will get a sine wave. Sine wave of that frequency varying from 0.1 to 100 hertz. So this one is the C.M program. This all the things are this paper only. So this I'm changing it to 400% 4 into 398 into pi by 180. And I will get the maximum amplitude as this one. This command amplitude not in voltage, it is in the deflection only. This is the previous values, and this one is the entire C command. So if I am running this one, I will get sinusoidal waves like this. This is actually 0.1 hertz. That is one cycle, and this one also one cycle. This one also one cycle. So up to 10, you will get one cycles only, and after that two cycles you will get, and again you will get three cycles and five cycles. So you will get this sine wave. So this sine wave is not ending here. Sometimes it having this crossover time. This time won't match. So fixing those things only. This one first integrating and this fixing cycles. This one. Otherwise that delay after one cycle is completed. This one cycle is completed. There might be a gap. So this gap won't come. That is why we are just shifting that one here, skipping, or you have to skip the first cycle. You can delete this one for that first cycle skipping. And if I am running this one, I will get the sine wave. This is for 100% command amplitude because I am giving the A amplitude value as this one only. So 50% this you have to change. So now I generated this seep.m command. So now I am getting the sine wave as input. So now sine wave input is ready. Sine wave input from 0.1 hertz to 100 hertz is ready. Now I have to, this is 100% command amplitude. Now I have to supply these things to my system. And I have to take the output. So now I am having this thing is ready. So I have to supply that T and R. T means time and the value of R. This T and R I have to give it to this Simulink file. This is only change. This one is from workspace option, from sources, from workspace option is there here. So in the library browser, sim in is there from workspace. You drag and drop it here and double click on that. Double click on that and you have to put T dash R dash. T dash R dash means the transpose of the T and R vector. T vector and R vector, you just transposing. That is called T dash and R dash. And you have to supply these things to from workspace. So the sampling time everything is as earlier. It is given here 0.001. So the configuration parameter you have to set for 0.001 fixed step Rangakuta. Otherwise that mismatch will come. And you have one more thing you have to change. You have to simulate this for max of capital T. Because we are generating this time scale as capital T. So you have to do it for capital T, max of capital T only you have to do. Otherwise, in that is, if you are changing this one is generating this Y and T, and this Y and T is generating from this one only you have to plot the border response. So that time, this time will not match. So you have to simulate it for max of capital T only. This is important. Otherwise, that DTFA command is doing, that error will come. And this TDM is 0 only. So TDM is 0. Other things as earlier last lab class only from the from workspace option you have to use. And you can delete this one also. You can directly connect it from output line only. Then you need not worry about that Y of 1 or something like that. This Y and this T only matters. So max of T you have to do. So now I have generated the sine wave and I have supplied the sine wave. Then I have to run this one. This configuration parameter you have to set it whatever things are earlier. Otherwise that error will come. So max of T you have to do ODE 4001. These things you already know. So now I have to run this one. So it is generating this Y and T as output. From this Y and T, I have to plot the Bode response. So that Bode response is plotting using next program called DTFA. DTFA means discrete time Fourier analysis. This DTFA meaning is discrete time Fourier analysis. So you are doing a Fourier analysis only. Fourier analysis of obtained output. So output is you are getting y and t. Small y comma small t only you are getting this output. If you are using some other name, that will change. This y and t only I am getting the outputs. So this y and t coming here. Capital Y is equal to small y, capital T is equal to small t. These things I'm changing it now, and the load parameter, this parameter is coming from that seep.m command, and TS is T5 minus T4, time at 5th and 4th subtracting, and for I is equal to 1 to length of S, this Tn, this Tn is TST plus NC of I divided by F of I, and this ns I am calculating this time, this TST by TS, and starting and ending of this n. Starting time divided by sampling time, ending time divided by sampling time, ns and ne, and ne of I am fixing the minimum value of this and the maximum value of this I am doing, and a I am calculating. A is equal to r ns of I, this one to this one, and p and q I am setting to 0, that it is actually vector quantity. So the magnitude I will get a square root of this a and b are the vectors a square, the p square plus q square, you will get magnitude, and tan of this one you will get the phase. Only those things only. You are using Fourier analysis for computing these things. So if you are having vector quantity, the square root of this magnitude, you will get magnitude, and phi is equal to tan of this one. That one only I am doing. So this a is equal to max of that one, p and q set to 0, and phi value I am calculating this like this, 2 pi f into ns into ts. That is number of samples into this sampling time I am using. This is in digital domain, that is why it is everything multiplied by ts, and you are doing the Fourier analysis. A cos 2 pi f into this minus phi, cosine and sine terms I am taking, and q of k and r of k, and p is equal to earlier p plus r of k into y of k multiplied by ts by a. This p I will get, and q is equal to this q plus q of k into y of k into ts, same equation only. This p and q I am calculating, and this p is equal to pc by nc, and q is equal to qc by nc. So this one is p and q I am calculator for this cycle. For this sampling interval, I calculate p and q, and that gain is equal to, gain I can do it for this p square plus q square under square root. So that 20 will be this square root will be coming 20, that magnitude is 20 log p square plus q square under root. So this is coming here, that is why this is 10 log this one into 2 into fi divided by a the whole square, and the phase is equal to 180 by pi into a tan 2. This a tan 2 is which quadrant it is using, that is why a tan 2 q comma p. So I am getting the gain and phase values. This is converting into this a tan 2 is into 180 by pi is using
Degree.
hello.
Sir, it's converting into degree, right?
Yeah, that phi is actually you are doing for that purpose only, na? Magnitude plot and phase plot. Phase plot is in degrees only, na? This phase plot is you are using in that degrees only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is why this 180 by pi is coming. A tan 2 is for which quadrant it is. And this one is square root I am removing, that is why this 20 change it to 20 log change it to 10 log. And then I am plotting it in semi-log graph. If the phase is greater than 0 and phase of I is equal to this one, I am subtracting which quadrant it is. And I am using a subplot command. Subplot of 2, 1, 1 means it will create 2 rows and 1 column. And first column I am plotting semi-log x. Semi-log x is the plotting of semi-log graph. F comma gain, and I am labeling frequency heads and this one, and title I am doing this one. And for phase I am doing semi-log f comma phase subplot 2. So I am getting this phase here and gain here, and I am plotting the things. So I will get the non-linear frequency response. So you can do it for any non-linear frequency response. Just you have to note down which values you have to change. So your amplitude only matters and the sampling time. So if you are using some 100 hertz or 1000 hertz, this frequency range you can change it, and the entire procedure remains same. Entire procedure remains same, but sometimes you have to increase the number of samples. So it is very low frequency, that is why I am choosing 1 hertz, 1 sample, and this one is 3 and this one is 5. If you are using very high range of frequency, the sample size you can increase. And this DTFA commands, this command line, this number will be same, but according to your system, you can change other quantities, number of samples, how much you have to take, those things you can change. So if you are running this one, you will get everything in semi-log graph. So I run this one also I run. Now I can run the DTFA to get the response. So I will get the response like this. This is for 100% command amplitude. From there, minus 3 dB bandwidth or something you have to measure. Minus 3 dB bandwidth and minus 90 bandwidth for 2%, 5%, 10%, 100%. These 4 things you have to do. Now I am doing for 100% only. Then again, I have to change this A amplitude. This A amplitude is 100%. So 2% means multiplied it with that quantity. Then you run this one. Again you run this one. Again you run the DTFA. Then you will get the plot. And measuring this one, you have to click this one and you have to change it. Yeah. And then minus 3 you have to get. If the minus 3 is not getting, you have to zoom this area. Then you find out. Like that only from this you can do. If sometimes you will not get minus 3 here. So
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, we can write the code, right? We can
Yeah,
set...
you can write code.
Okay.
You can write your own code also. No problem. So this one only for frequency response. So minus 3 dB bandwidth you have to find out, and minus 90 bandwidth you have to find out. Then next one is sweet over characteristics and a load locus. So you do this one, and any doubt or something is there, you just ask me. After that we can do this thing. If time permits, we can do it today itself. Otherwise next week we can do. This week everyone having election duty and other things. Election classes are there. So that is why I shifted the lab little today Wednesday. So you do it. Any doubt is there, just ping me. So can you share your thing?
Yes. So can you see my screen? Hello.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So sir, first, like this was the code for parameters. So this I ran, then the sweep command, and like that is working fine.
Yeah.
And then the Simulink file. This gave error this time, I don't know.
This having some error. Yeah, the sinusoidal command you take it. That sine wave generating.
Yes, sir.
I think it's
Yeah.
because of the clear
Now
out.
you are doing close all and clear all. So
Okay.
you have to again you run the parameter
Okay.
file. Yeah. No.
So this like this is okay. And so this is the DTFF file.
Yeah.
And when I run this, like the graph is coming out to like this.
You just check. Yeah, that sinusoidal command amplitude. In case.
Maybe, sir, I forgot to keep the disturbance zero. I will check.
That value 0 only. Disturbance value 0 and other things. Disturbance value 0 only, and the configuration parameter you have to set for 0.001.
Now it is zero.
Sir, I am also getting a strange one, sir.
So now it's fine,
Yeah,
I guess.
it is
Is
fine.
it? Yeah, I forgot to like change the disturbance to zero. Thank you, sir.
So now you can do it for 50 percentage, 10 percentage, and 2 percentage command amplitude.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I'm getting a small problem towards the end, sir. Like for the first 50 hertz is coming around.
Share your screen. This is for
100%.
100%. It is. I don't think.
Yes, sir. Even I'm getting the same problem in the end, sir. Some
Yeah.
noise kind of.
So that parameter file you check it. No? You are using K1 by 5 or K1 by 10.
Sir, K1 by 10, sir.
Yeah. You just K1 by 5 you put it. Run it. That is yeah, you go to your sibling file. That last integrator will take last integrator. That this limit, yeah, you could check with that limit. Yeah, this is not the limit. Stroke limit only there.
Sir, op-amp limit is there, no, sir, 13 volt.
Op-amp is coming in PA loop only now. That is motor output only. JS plus V1 is coming integrating that omega, you will get theta only. That is theta limit only. Not this one, last one.
So the last one will not have op-amp limit.
That is not op-amp now. It is
Okay, sir.
actually
Then this is have to put.
omega integrating that you will get theta only.
So matlab +4 -4.
That limit is 4 into 398 into 5 by 180.
Okay, sir.
That is theta m limit only. Here this one is PI. PI controller is in implementing using op-amp. That is why that limit is there. This one is actually theta omega integrating, you will get theta. That limit only you have to apply. That is stroke limit.
Okay, sir.
Now you run it.
Still the same thing, sir.
First you run parameter seep.m file. Seep.m. Yeah, okay. Then the parameter file. Then the model file. Then After completing that, you can run DTFA.
So still it is there, sir. Though it has reduced, but it is there.
Yeah, but it is 100% command amplitude means it is not coming as a straight line or something. You just click clear all in command window, clear all, enter. Now you run,
Done, sir.
yeah, sinusoidal shape.
Parameters.
Yeah, parameter.
All the parameters. Then Simulink.
Hey, your time scale is 37.
Max. So max T here and this is OD4.
Yeah, okay.
Bottom right.
Yeah.
And this then DTFA. Still it is.
No, that thing it is okay only, but it should come like this only. Up to that 10 raised to that minus radius value is coming here only. It will be a smooth graph. You check your parameter file. Parameter files you check it. Somewhere the parameter might be wrong.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not getting the correct graph, sir.
Yeah, once more you share your screen. No, that sheep.m file you. Sheep.m. Sheep.m. Okay, liquid down. Yeah, it is. Okay. Capital T. 4 into 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. Then run the parameter file. Go to Simulink. T dash R dash. That you wait. That first integrated limit. Okay. Saturation limit. Saturation. Not saturation. Okay, fine. Last integrator.
Last one, like threshold limits.
Okay. That disturbance. Disturbance value.
Disturbance, I put it 0.
Okay, fine. Js plus v1. Okay. Now you run it. It is not completed, I think.
What's that?
It is not completed. You just go to Simulink. Simulation is completed or not? Yeah, it is done. Okay.
So, like when I first typed, there was an output, like error over here. So I put
Yeah,
output.
out Y, out T only you have to do. Y, T in the older versions. Yeah, one more thing I have to check. You are using only one variable. Just to go to that Simulink. Output Y, output T. T dash R dash T. Output T.
मत करो वो आपको पैसे देंगे ना फालतू मत करो नहीं नहीं चुप रहो पैसे कम है ना अरे तो मैं दिलाया तो मैं नहीं नो फालतू नहीं नो फालतू मत करो आज
JS plus V1 TSR. ഫീഡ്ബാക്കിൻ്റെ പ്ലസ് അല്ലേ എടുക്കണം അതോ മൈനസ് ആണ് എടുക്കണം? മൈനസ് അല്ലേ അത്? ഓക്കെ, റൺ ചെയ്തോ. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
So for 2% case,
yeah,
the like minus 3 dB frequency for like for gain does not exist.
Yeah.
Like its starting value is minus
yeah.
3.814.
No problem.
So like we should leave it blanks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, completed.
Yeah, okay, fine. So next one is speed torque characteristics and load locus. So the speed torque characteristics of the motor, a typical command amplitude is 100% sinusoidal you have to give, and 10% sinusoidal command you have to give for a 5 Hz frequency, and just you have to plot these things only. So in that case, you have to change this one to sinusoidal input, and 100% command amplitude for that one you have to give. Then you run it. Okay. Max of t you have to change. Here max of t you have to change because this one we are deleting and you are giving a sine wave command. In sine wave 100% command amplitude give and simulate it. Then you run this code. And then 10% command amplitude you give, and then again run this code. Then you will get the output as load locus. So it is simple only. Actually, this is called the speed torque characteristics. So suppose you are having a motor, a DC motor or something, and this Vs by Kb is Vs by Kb. This one Vs by Kb is omega. So when this omega equal to 0, it is called stall torque. That is, it is not moving and it is having the torque will be like this. And this one is maximum torque. Ks into Kt into Vs by Ri. Vs is the maximum voltage. So maximum voltage means maximum torque you will get. So the plot between speed and torque. So it is coming like this for a motor. So speed torque characteristics will be like this only. For a motor, it will be maximum. It is called no load speed. So no load you will get maximum speed, and this one is speed is 0, you will get stall torque. So no load speed is the maximum speed it can run, and the stall torque will be the when the speed is 0, the maximum holding power is called stall torque. So your motor selection is depending upon these two values. So suppose your motor performance you need something like this. If suppose your demand is something like this. So the load locus is something like this. You cannot choose this motor for that purpose because you need this speed at this torque. It cannot support. So the load locus is if something motor like this within this one, inside this one, whatever the speed and torque, this motor can obtain. So inside this locus, if we are just giving another, this minus sign is for that purpose only, it's minus of that one. So within this limit, we can operate the motor. This speed and this torque it is possible. This speed and this torque is possible. So for a motor within this area, I can choose this motor. If my motor demands or my torque demands, if I am having a something like that, and my demand is something like this, So my demand is something like this. I cannot choose this motor. So I have to choose some other motor that locus having this one. So that is why the torque and the speed is important. That is why the speed torque characteristics is important. So that is why you are just doing this one. If you are having a motor like this, you have to note down the no load speed and stall torque and plot these lines. So 100% command amplitude, whatever things you are getting, and 10% whatever you are getting for a 5 hertz frequency. Frequency is in hertz only here. So 5 hertz frequency, whatever you are obtaining, you have to just plot down. So plotting this command you have to do is, first you do for 100%, then run this command, again 10% run this command. That is only you have to do. That is for this lab.
So what is the simulation time we have to use? 10 seconds?
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, sir.
Those who are completed, they can leave.
So like it's still there.
Yeah, 1 minute.
And I run this and still is like this.
Yeah, you just go to that c.m file. Yeah, down. Yeah, okay. You run this one. That
This is the
parameter,
parameter.
whatever things you are using, you are not changed anything. Yeah?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah.
What was earlier the same.
Yeah, you run this one and go to simulating file. Run this one and
This is the non-linear parameter.
yeah. You go to simulating file. Mm, 1 minute, wait. This on the k by js one, the transfer function, it is not k, it is 1 only. kt by ri is separating.
So which one, sir?
The transfer function, that is 1 by js plus 1 only. Na?
Okay. 1 by js, huh?
Yeah, that one only. That kt by ri we are separating and we kb also separating.
This one, right? This one.
Yeah, kt by ri separating, kb we
1
are
second.
separating. Then 1 minute.
Yes, sir. It is 1. Okay.
That kt by ri and kb separated. Let's move that one by that in integrated
So-
time limit only. Na? Last.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Stroke limit.
Yeah, okay, fine. And then nothing else is there. Now you run it. Yeah, after complete.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So anybody else having doubts? Otherwise, we can stop now. A doubt is there. Next week we can clear it.